Hey Star Warriors, StarGeek here, and welcome to the 24th episode of Star Wars Factor Beam, the series where I tell you 5 Star Wars facts that you can't pull away from. Each episode is centered around a certain character, film, or category. In today's episode, the character under lockdown in the cell block level of the Fact Star is slimy crime lord Jabba the Hutt. Let's hop right into it with fact number 1. Jabba the Hutt went through many different and very obscure design iterations.
And George took a look at it and said, nope, not that one, it's too terrible.
I've talked in the past about his original Marvel design. Since Jabba the Hutt was meant to appear in A New Hope, but was cut due to time and cost constraints, George Lucas didn't have a design for the Hutt crime lord to give to Howard Chaykin to implement into their Marvel Star Wars comic adaptation. Since Jabba's part had already been written into their script and they needed someone to fill the spot, they went ahead and used a background character for his species. Mosep Benid is now infamous for being Jabba the Hutt, with only one T. He makes another appearance in issue number 28, Whatever Happened to Jabba the Hutt, where he hangs onto the outside of the Millennium Falcon. I just can't see the giant slug that we know so well in this same position. For Return of the Jedi, George Lucas told the Creature Shop to base their designs off of Sidney Greenstreet from the Maltese Falcon and Casablanca. At one point, they even had Jabba sporting a fez to complete the look. After switching between completely slug-like and very human-like, they finally decided on the perfect mix between the two that we now know is Jabba the Hutt today. Fact number 2. Huttese was inspired by the Incan language, Quechua. We first heard this language spoken by Greedo. Ben Burtt worked with voice actor Larry Ward to create the language. Ward was famous for being able to closely imitate any language just after listening to it for a few seconds. Huttese was almost entirely improvised by this man alone, after attempting to copy Quechua. And since Jabba's lines were spoken in English on set, each Huttese word has the same number of syllables as the English one, in order to make the mouth sync up with the voice. Of course, crazy Star Wars fans have taken these made-up words and turned them into an actual language.
You will take me to Jabba now.
Fact number 3. Stuart Freeborn thought that Jabba the Hutt was his greatest work.
Freeborn, who also built Yoda, considers Jabba his greatest creation.
The man best known for sculpting Yoda based on a mix between himself and Albert Einstein always claimed that Jabba was his best creation. Being the most expensive puppet ever created, Jabba is a huge feat of masterful design and puppetry. While most say that Yoda is the Star Wars legend's greatest work, Freeborn would disagree.
He is what he is, that's the thing. He doesn't pretend to be anything else. He doesn't feel the need to be charming or anything. He's just an unpretentious, very straightforward guy. And I love him. Fact number 4. Jabba the Hutt has some very interesting sound effects. He may have been voiced by Larry Ward, but his slimy movements and iconic slurping effect took the ingenuity of Star Wars sound designer Ben Burtt. Jabba the Hutt's sticky shuffling and lip-smacking sound effects were provided by Ben Burtt running his hands through cheese casserole. Burtt prides himself on creating a very extensive library of sounds for the Star Wars saga, sampling some of the craziest sounds for the strangest items in the Star Wars universe. Jabba the Hutt basically being a living cheese casserole? Yeah, I can see that.
If it looks like this man is playing the piano, you're wrong. He's actually looking for the perfect scream.
And finally, fact number 5. Jabba the Hutt took 6 people to bring together on set.
Just give it a good old thrash on, like that, or backwards and forwards. And if he's in a lazy mood, you just keep it like that, steady movements.
Not including the crew involved in pre- and post-production, Jabba was operated on set by 6 different people. A person operated Jabba's tail by moving a lever back and forth to make it wiggle. There were also 2 men operating the arms, head movement, and tongue. While they were the only 3 inside of the costume, 3 more people played as key players in the Hutt's performance. A man was laid down on his back inside of Jabba's throne directly below the puppet. He would control the mouth movement, make the stomach breathe, and even smoke a cigar and blow it through a tube in order to get the hookah pipe to look realistic. Another crewman rubbed fake slime all over Jabba's body to give him that disgusting look that we all know him for. And finally, Jabba's eyes were operated by remote control. They were a puppetry feat at the time, being able to dilate his pupils, look in every direction, and close and widen his eyelids. As they say, it takes a village.
You will bring Captain Solo and the Wookiee to me.
Your mind powers will not work on me, boy. I am not affected by your human thought patterns.
That wraps up episode 24 of Star Wars Factor Beam. Subscribe to StarGeek for weekly Star Wars content. Did you learn anything about that Incan casserole, slimy green street? If so, put it in the comments below. If you like the channel, please tell a friend. If you enjoyed the video, please shoot that like button at light speed. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by clicking the links in the description. And you can check out my last video, my real thoughts on Star Wars vs. Star Trek, if you just click on the thumbnail. You can also click on the right to watch Factor Beam episode 23 on Mace Windu featuring Star Wars Explained. Don't forget to comment your own character suggestions below the video. And to end off this video in Jabba style,
Joppay, jee-jee, achuta, mastubo, murishani, malia, wumpa. Na, kulko Star Geek.
Here are some very quick bonus facts. Jabba the Hutt got his very own 4-part comic series in 1995. His full name is Jabba the Hutt. The man operating Jabba's tail got seriously hurt by Carrie Fisher when she stepped on Jabba's tail, and I've actually seen Jabba's real tailpiece and eye in a private collection. There's just so much to talk about Jabba that I had to tell you more. Thanks for watching, everyone, and may the Force be with you.